Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, so we get an opening scene with Candace walking into Kay Stewart's Beauty and Wellness. Now, this is Kiana's business, and they do a host of things like this is my type of girl, this is my type of thing right here. Okay. Anyways, Candace is there because she wants to get her Brazilian lasered away. Okay, she wants that, you know, to be real nice and right and tight and smooth. Okay, and I'm really for real thinking about going there because I've been wanting to get lasered, but I have heard horror stories when it comes to darker skin complected people. A lot of times they said that the laser is trained to pick up pigment. So if you have pigment in your skin, it oftentimes burns your skin. But the people down to Kiana's business, they look like they know what they're doing. Okay, I'm convinced. Kiana, girl, if you don't get nothing out of this experience, you promoted your business, and I feel like a lot of us are gonna be popping in. Okay, we're gonna be seeing a lot. You're gonna be seeing us because y'all did really good advertisement. Like, I'm convinced. I'm sold. Okay, I'm trying to see the next time I come out there, I'm trying to see y'all. Like, I'm trying to come through. So I have a feeling y'all about to be booked, and busy. You're going to have to expand that business. I see growth. I see a lot more dollar signs in your future, girl, because this right here is nice. I like this. Anyways, Wendy stops by and they end up having a nice little chit chat. And Kiana is still in her feelings a little bit about how they kind of abandoned her the first day of the trip when she wasn't feeling well. And it's like, girl, Kiana, I love you, girl. I really, really do. But I feel like you done told us this a couple of times. So she let them know again. Y'all done made me feel too good how y'all didn't come check up on me. Like, Giselle came and checked up on me before y'all came and checked up on me. And I was like, I don't know, the way they do things on this show, I'm just suspicious of everything. Okay, I kind of feel like producers was like, bring it up again. Bring it up again. Nudging her, bring it up again. Because she just doesn't seem like a fussy person like that. But who knows, girl? You know, if that's how you feel, you got to get it off your chest. So, I mean, sorry, girl, sorry. Y'all shouldn't have done her like that. But I hope this is the last time we're hearing about it, though. For real, for real. They also talked about this whole issue between Candace and Robin. And pretty much when Robin said that Candace defamed her. And it's like, child, this is annoying me. I guess Robin was trying to say when Candace said she was a part of the plot, that was defamation. But Candace, y'all know at the time, Candace was being sued by Michael Darby for defamation. And so it's like, you throwing out that word defamation, that rubbed Candace all kinds of wrong. And she was trying to be cordial with you, but now she pissed all over again. Because why would you use the word defamation? Candace is better than me. The way I would have been cussed Robin out a long time ago, I promise you, I don't have the patience that these ladies have on these shows. Like, don't put me on the show. Y'all gonna see a real fool. Do not put me on none of these shows because you will see a real fool perform. Like, the way that they play in this girl's face, I just cannot. I don't know how she does it because it couldn't be me. Okay, so Grace is going off to college, y'all. Like, we watched Grace be a little bitty girl. We seen her trying to pass that driving test. We seen her shade her mama. But when I say that Grace is a beautiful, intelligent, poised young lady, like if Giselle did anything right in this life, is raising those girls. They are literally the best part of her. They really, really are. And I don't care how much she getting on my nerves right now. I could never shade her girls. Her girls are just everything. She did an impeccable job raising those girls. She really do love those children. And we can't love nothing else about her. We could love that. Okay. I didn't really get teary-eyed about Giselle saying goodbye. I guess because we had already seen it on social media when she was in the airport, that video. But when I saw her sisters hugging her, like, I don't know if it was Angela or Dora. I'm not trying to be funny. One of them was hugging on to Grace and she didn't want to let go. And I remember when I went off to college, I did miss my little brother. Like, I I was like, you gonna ride with me? He said no. It was very much giving Riley and Ace. Like, he was like, I'm gonna miss you, but I ain't driving in that car for forever. You know, I'll see you when you come back to visit. I was ready to get away from my mom and dad, though. I love them, but I was ready to go. I was ready to go have some fun. I was crying. I was crying because of a boy. Me and my little boyfriend at the time, I already knew. I knew things was already going wrong. And I was just like, oh, when I leave, I know it's never going to be the same. So that's what I was crying about. And every time I got a chance, baby, anytime a car was coming to Houston, I jumped in that car. I didn't care who was driving. Anybody was driving to Houston, I jumped in that car. And then my mama had to bring me back to campus. So I didn't really have time to miss my parents like that. My dad, he would hop on I-10 and come see about me too. So, and my mama didn't cry. She didn't cry. She had a party to go to that same night. So she dropped me off. She got me all situated. And she went on about her business. She came to get me, like, I think she came to visit me the very next week. So I didn't have all this emotions. But Grace is going far away for school. So it's a lot different. I mean, I understand where Giselle is coming from. But I have to say this. So, do y'all remember when Karen was seeing Raven off to college and how difficult it was for her? I remember the scene where they went to the self-defense class and she told her daughter, she was like, look, if you ever find yourself in a crazy situation like this, I just want you to forget everything that your mother and father taught you about being kind, and you just do whatever you have to do and you fight your way so that you can make it back home to me. And she embraced her child, and I fell in love with Karen. I really did. Like, that's one of the moments, because, you know, that first season was real boring. That's one of the only things that really tugged at my heart that made me invest in the show. Like, I was like, oh. The way that she was so feisty and she didn't play about her kid. The way she cussed Ashley out about her daughter. I was like, yes, I was here for it. Because that was around the time my mom passed away. So it was like, to see a mom fighting for her daughter is one of the reasons why I have always loved Karen. Even when she annoyed me a couple of times on this show. There's a soft spot I have for Karen. But I just feel like when Karen was going through all of that, I don't remember the other ladies on this show giving a damn. This whole season has been, oh, we feel so bad for Giselle. Her daughter's going to college. Her daughter's moving all the way to Florida. Oh, this is going to be so hard on Giselle. Where was this empathy? Where was all this emotion? Where was all this love and attention for Karen when her daughter was going off to school? I don't remember it being any. I guess the rules are always different for Giselle. So, you know that scene at Robin's house with Ashley and Sharice? I didn't care too much, nothing about that. So, we're going to skip right on over that. Y'all really trying to sell us these OGs and they're tired. Now, I don't care too much about NECA's scene either, but I had to say this. I've been wanting to say this, but I'll be forgetting because NECA really don't do it for me either. But NECA's scenes with her husband are always so odd. It's like, do y'all even know each other? Was this an arranged marriage? And this is no shade, but there's just no chemistry. There's no nothing. There's no connection. There's no spark. He don't be flirting with her. It seemed like somebody was like, yeah, my nephew, he's a doctor. Oh, well, my niece, she's a lawyer. Let's hook them up. And y'all were married. Like, it don't give that you know. It don't give that y'all are on the same. Y'all not even reading from the same book, let alone on the same page. I don't know. It's giving you don't know that man. She always seems irritated with that man. It seems like, yeah, he's just not her cup of tea. No, I do hope they had that baby, though. I hope they had a baby. They want this baby. I hope that at the reunion we see a baby bump. I do hope that for her. I want that for her. But as far as, like, her being on this show, why? I don't, why? Anyways, let's skip right on over to this crab boil. Okay, so Jacqueline being a surprise guest at the crab boil missed me with all of that. I don't too much care about Jacqueline, just like I don't care about Mia, okay? I wasted my emotions feeling upset and angry on Jacqueline's behalf just for her to play in our face. I was upset on her behalf. I want my energy back for giving a damn about what her and Mia and her are both two frauds, okay? They're both fraud. Both of them are fake as hell. I don't know if y'all followed the story But if you don't know, let me go ahead and recap for y'all. So last year when we were watching Mia be horrible to Jacqueline, her best friend of 30 years, Jacqueline's niece got on Twitter and basically called Mia out for her terrible treatment of her aunt. She was like, I don't know why you would be treating my aunt like this when you used to live with us. You lived in our house for years. You didn't have anything to your name. You lived off of us. We provided everything for you. And you want to treat my aunt like this on national TV? Her niece was not pleased. Her niece's mother, which is Jacqueline's sister, was also not pleased. She has a YouTube on here, and baby, she was spilling all the tea because she also was Mia's nanny. It got real ugly. a lot of Mia's business came out. I'm gonna just say this too. A lot of what she done told us, a lot of her sob stories, they were lies, but who's surprised by that? But I'm saying all of this to say, towards the end of the season, at some point, Mia went and posted something to the niece and apologized and said everything that she was saying on the show was cap. It was storyline. It was to ensure Jacqueline a storyline. But if Jacqueline doesn't want to go along with it, then she'll stop doing it. She'll stop lying on Jacqueline. But this was all for storyline. Because I think even the day that season 7 premiered, Mia posted a video of Jacqueline fighting her baby daddy and I think throwing a shoe at him or something like that. Like, or she allegedly sent some stuff to Jacqueline's job. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I remember Jacqueline's sister saying, Jacqueline better never speak to Mia again. But now they're over there holding hands on Instagram. What is this? I can't. I just can't. So, miss me with the Jacqueline storyline. Everybody like, ooh, Jacqueline's gonna be there. Jacqueline and Mia are two peas in a pod. They in cahoots. There's nothing that either one of them can say that I'm gonna believe. I'm just not. So when they were like, oh, Mia's gonna be there and Jacqueline's gonna be there. Oh my God, this is, baby, don't nobody care about none of that. We do not care. Okay. So about Robin sharing screenshots of personal text messages between her and Candace to a blogger. I'm 99.99% sure that I know who this blogger is. It's not Carlos King. I'm not gonna say who it is. But if you know, you know. I think Robin is disgusting for this for several reasons. First of all, I don't know, never in my life would it ever occur to me to share a personal text with anyone. Like, if I'm texting someone, it stays between me and that person. I might tell you, like, girl, so-and-so told me this if I have to. But to actually pull up someone's text messages and share... The only reason I need to do that, maybe unless I'm sharing like a location or an address to someone, you know, like, oh girl, where'd you get your whatever? Oh girl, let me send you the address. So-and-so sent it to me. That's the only way like I could see that being okay. So on Watch What Happens Live, Robin explained that a mutual supporter of hers and Candace reached out to her to say, hey, why are you and Candace beefing? What's really going on? You explaining your side of the story, if you wanted to, you can. You didn't have to show your text messages to this person. It doesn't make any sense. And I saw a lot of people saying, well, he didn't share the text messages, so it doesn't matter. What world do you guys live in? You guys live in a different planet? Let me tell you something. If you don't share my text, then don't talk to me. Like, if you're the type of person that will do some stuff like that, don't talk to me because we will never agree. Like, there's just certain things that people do that just shows their character. And I'm starting to realize that who I thought Robin was, she ain't that person at all. Because who does that? That is low. Like, you couldn't tell the person, oh, me and Candace are having a rough patch. Or you could have just told them what happened. The fact that you needed to show text messages is weird. Not only is it weird, you're full of crap, Robin. This whole season, Robin, you have complained that Candace weaponizes social media. Robin, you may not be on Twitter tweeting. You may not be on social media trying to sway the audience, but you have supporters that you leak information to, and they do the tweeting for you. You leak information to them and they say what you want them to say. They didn't have to show the text messages. Because you didn't say you was mad at Candace over a text. You were mad that Candace got on social media after the situation with Juan came out. Shout out to my girl Leah. She pulled up the receipts. She pulled up, because Bravo showed where Candace messaged Robin and Robin left her on red. And I think that was like January 24th, something like that. And then Candace did not go off on Robin on social media until January 31st. So that means you was mad at Candace before Candace went on that rant. And from what I'm hearing from one of the Robin supporters is that Robin was upset with Candace after the reunion. So what it sounded like to me is that the way that Candace filleted Giselle, Robin didn't like that too much. And she started to put distance between her and Candace. She ate your friend up on that reunion couch. And you knew moving forward you couldn't be friends with her anymore. So you started to put distance. And that's why she sent you the text, "Are you mad at me?" But see, the production team over at Truly Original, they made it seem like Candace sent her that text after the social media rant. And when I went back and read what Candace said, Robin, girl, if you're mad about that, you need to just stay mad. Because she didn't defame you. She really didn't drag you like she could have. Because I was even starting to feel annoyed with Candace. Like, Candace, why you acting like you don't know why that girl's mad at you? She asked you if you were mad way before the rant happened. So you sitting up here, you in production are sitting up here trying to make a whole new narrative. And you've been having your supporters all over social media pushing this narrative that, oh, Candace should have called you and talked to you privately instead of addressing it on Twitter. Candace tried to get you fired. Candace tried to defame you. Robin, girl, bye. Bye. You're a hypocrite indeed. But yeah, this whole season, Robin, you and Ashley. Oh, Candace weaponizes social media. Candace weaponizes social media. So do you. You got caught sending private texts to a blogger. That is weird. You sitting up here and you're so pressed because Candace expresses herself on social media. But you want so badly for a blogger to believe your side of the story over Candace's. You needed validation from this blogger. So you sent him personal private text messages. This is why every time Candace's name comes up to Juan, he's not saying he want to cuss Candace out like he was saying about Karen last season. Because he knows the dirty games that you play. He knows the dirty games that you and Giselle do. That's why he wasn't mad at Candace. He didn't have nothing to say about Candace because he knows what you be doing. I don't know. I just wish Candace would just let it go. Like, this girl was never your friend. I know you want to think she was your friend, but she was never really your friend. She was cool with you, but she's always going to pick Giselle over you every single time, even with this. And if Robin was not a part of the plot, we should have seen somewhere last season where Robin told Giselle, you really need to drop this. Not just, oh, Giselle, I don't think he meant that way. No, like, Giselle, really, you need to cut it out. I don't like what you're doing to Chris. Like, that's what we wanted to see her say. We never even seen her have another conversation with Giselle. We saw that one conversation and that was it. But it was like you went to talk about it from person to person to person to person to person. And you never double back to Giselle to say, Giselle, nothing. It's almost like y'all was hoping that would get edited out of the season. Y'all were trying to really push the Sesame Street thing to get Giselle out of the line of fire. I don't think Giselle ever thought that Candace was going to get mad at her. I think in their minds how it was supposed to go was Candace was going to get mad at Ashley. She was going to fight with Ashley. She was going to fight with Sesame Street. Giselle didn't think she was going to get that ass toe up. The thing with Ashley is Ashley can say, oh, Chris sent me a DM. We all read the DM. It was nothing to it. Okay? Deborah lied and said Chris was trying to talk to her. We saw the footage. He was minding his business. She came over there trying to talk to him. She even said, next time we'll have a longer conversation. Why would you want to have a longer conversation with someone you say was harassing you? Don't make no sense, does it? So all of those things you can kind of overlook because they all made themselves look foolish. But what Giselle said or tried to imply about Chris, that's something that could come back and haunt him years, 15, 20 years from now. So I don't know why Giselle would think that Candace was going to let that go. Girl, I don't know. They're so used to fighting on this show where they just throw so many things at you. And so at some point, you're going to forget some of it. And that's why Candace is having a hard time defending herself. She's having such a hard time defending herself with these ladies this season. And it's exhausting. It's like some of the viewers are kind of like confused at this point because so much nonsense has happened. I don't know. This isn't fun to watch, though. I can tell you that. I used to be so excited to watch. Now it's like, it's another episode. My love for Candace and Wendy and Karen. I won't even say my love for Karen because, to truth be told, if Candace left the show, Wendy and Karen, y'all on y'all own. I don't think I will be watching. It's like Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine used to be my show. But every time that they've kicked Mariah off, I no longer have interest. I thought that this season was going to eat. It didn't eat. Not for me. I think the easiest solution is that Giselle needs to go. I think Giselle has been holding this show hostage this season. And it's really messed up the show. It really has. When Carlos King said that production is dimming the other girl's light so that Giselle can shine, I believe it. Because Giselle don't got nothing to talk about. I just kind of feel like you have no storyline. Your kids are adorable and we love your kids, but your kids they're not housewives. You don't have anything to talk about. You don't really have the personality. You don't have the quick wit. You start fights and then you play victim. You can't stand on business and argue back. All you know how to do is piggyback off of other people's life. It's weird. It's not giving that you are a main cast member. It's giving Marlo. It's not even giving Marlo because at least Marlo has stuff to say and she'll argue with a bitch. You don't do that. So I don't know. Like, I feel like someone like Giselle, you should be hella humble. You should be so humble and so happy to just be in the mix because you don't really bring much else to the show. Anybody can be messy. Anyone can ask a messy question. Like, that doesn't take a particular skill. It doesn't take, any talent to be messy. So I really don't feel like Giselle is needed. On the other hand, I feel like Robin has played in the viewer's face for so long, and she's played in your, production's face, and she's played in the network's face. I think she deserves some discipline for what she did. She deserves some discipline. She truly does. This season, if Robin was important to the show, or if she felt like the show was important to her, she would have come back this season and she would have said, you know what? Yes, me and Juan had some problems. She would have shown it. Now, I know that's hard to do because Juan is not a willing participant. So I feel like with Robin, it's like if she feels like if she rocks the boat too much, Juan is going to leave her. So I'm not going to tell you to leave your man. I'm not that girl. So if your man and your family and all that's important to you, then maybe you should just leave the show and tend to them, because you're also hijacking the show, because you really sit here and demand everyone else tell you their business, but you don't share yours. You give us nonsense. So what if everyone decides to come back next season and give what you and Giselle give? The show will be in the toilet. If everybody comes back next season and said, we're going to do just like Ashley, Giselle, and Robin, where we don't tell none of our business. When you ask us a question, we're going to ask you a question back. We're not going to answer and give you our business. We're going to play the same game you guys are playing. You won't even make it a month into filming. Production will shut y'all down. I feel like it's unfair. I feel like it's unfair. If you guys are done, if your story's complete, if you have nothing else to give, if there's no more gas left in the tank, then you need to bow out gracefully and go on about your day. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. This show has become weird. Like, this used to be my favorite show. Like, do you remember the times when people were saying, I never said this, so don't judge me. But remember when people were saying that this show was doing better than Atlanta? And there was a moment where it was way more interesting than Atlanta. And now we sitting here. I don't want to sound like everybody else, but production, y'all trash. I don't know. I feel like, you know what? No more free passes. No more favors. No more free passes. If you don't have a story, you got to go. Actually, if you can't share because your husband, your ex-husband, or whatever he is to you, he don't want you, then he don't want you talking about them, then you got to bow out gracefully. You got to go. Your time is up. You had your story. There's nothing left to see there. There's nothing left to talk about. Bye. Robin, season after season, I feel like because you came on this season and you didn't redeem yourself, you got to go too. Because y'all remember the season where Nene and Greg started having issues. Now, we never got down to the nucleus of the problem, right? But what we did get down to is that, you remember she went off on Greg? And she said, you have done me wrong as your wife. Do y'all remember? What season was that? Was that season 4? I think it was season 4. I don't remember. But remember, she was like, you have done me wrong. And she let her husband have it. Like, they had an argument. They had a real conversation. And she was very open about it. And she was like, this is what Greg is doing. I'm not wearing my wedding ring. When he acts right, I'll wear my ring. They end up getting a divorce. They end up getting back together. But when they got back together, we saw how he pursued her and how he apologized and how he was like, I did my wife wrong, but I want her back. Like, we saw a real thing happen. We saw a real relationship. With Robin and Giselle, it always feels like a scheme. There's a reason why people believe y'all stay plotting, because everything feels planned. Everything feels fake. Juan should be kissing your behind. He should be groveling. He should be begging you. He should be apologetic. When y'all got to the pickleball, he should have held your hand and said, if they got questions, they need to ask me. And I keep joking about it, but for real, if Juan is not at that reunion, Andy needs to fire them on the spot. Because I need Juan, even though I'm annoyed with Robin, I need Juan to step up and say, you know what? I did put Robin in this space. I put her in the hot seat. I had put her under scrutiny. I let the world judge her and laugh at her and call her stupid. And then I send her back to this show because this is our only source of income. I need Juan to take responsibility as a man. Like, you messed up. I'm tired of Robin being the only one to love you. Like, you need to love her back. You need to support, even if y'all ain't gonna be together, I need you to support her. But I don't know. But I feel like Robin thinks this is a joke. She's like, y'all can't get rid of me. We can't get rid of me. I think, girl, you come back next season, a lot of people aren't going to be watching. Somebody got to go. If it's not Robin, it got to be Giselle. But to be honest, the way that you guys underperformed this season, Robin, Giselle, and Ashley all need to be shaking in their boots. Nneka too. Nneka, you got to go. I feel bad for Nneka because I think a lot of people are saying that Nneka should have came in on some Nigerian sisterhood. I don't think that producers wanted her to do that. I don't think they wanted her to be cool with Wendy. I think they wanted Wendy to feel a way that Nneka was around. When Nneka name dropped Wendy and Wendy was like, I don't know her like that, they was like, oh, we have something here. And I think they convinced her, like, hey, you want to be on this show, right? That's what I think happened. I don't know. This used to be such a good show. This used to be such a good show. And the OGs are so proud of themselves to be the OGs, but y'all whack. Y'all don't do what's best for the show. Y'all need to take a page out of Lanithia Leak's book. Do what's good for the show. If y'all would be honest with yourselves, y'all will realize that Candace helped the show in a really good way. Y'all might want to stop coming for her. When Candace came on the show season 3, honestly, I didn't plan on watching season 3. Okay, I watched season 1. Season 2, halfway through season 2, started watching me because I was dozing off, falling asleep. It was watching me. I tuned back in for the reunion and I was like, this ain't giving. Season 3 was already in my DVR, ready to record. And I just happened to see Miss Candace and I was like, who is she? I kind of like her. And honestly, I watched it out of pure obligation because this is a black franchise. And when I saw Candace, I was like, I like her. I'm interested. Okay, let's see where this goes. If it wasn't for Candace, I would have tapped out a long time ago. So I hate how they try to make it seem like the OGs are responsible for making the show good. No. Giselle ain't been clocked in since season 4. Only time Robin clocks in is when it's time to defend Giselle. Ashley ain't been clocked in since season 4 either. Child, this is a mess. I'm over here rambling at this point. Y'all know the show in trouble. I ain't got to tell y'all. It's a mess, y'all, but we got one more episode, and hopefully it's good. We got to talk about this fight. Oh, my God. Anyways, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.